What is going on, traders, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Glad to have you. Now in this video, we're going to be going over the top stocks to watch for the week of November 15th, 2021. All right, let's get to it. All right, first up is Tesla. As everybody knows, Elon put out a Twitter poll asking his followers if he should sell some of his shares in Tesla. And the poll came back with yes as the majority, so he began selling his shares last Monday, and him selling his shares caused the stock to become super volatile to the downside, selling off quite a bit. It lost all its momentum that it had prior, and since he started selling in the days after that, he kept tweeting. He couldn't get off Twitter, and he's been tweeting even as late as today's Sunday. He was tweeting something at Bernie Sanders saying that he was going to sell more shares. But I did find an article that was published on Saturday saying that he still has more shares to sell. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Here's an article on Market Watch that was last updated yesterday, the 13th, where it says that he sold $5 billion in his Tesla stock this week and probably isn't done. So this line right here says if he lives up to a promise on Twitter, he could sell at least 12.5 million more shares. Okay, so that's what caught my attention, this part right here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the chart and see what that range possibly could be. All right, here's Tesla's chart on the hourly time frame, and you can see right here this big drop. This was Monday when he started selling. You can see that it came down and then it consolidated around this range, dipped a little below it, came up a little bit, came down to this range again, went up to this $1,100 range, went down again, consolidated right here on Friday. So if this range stays true and he's still selling, what I'm looking at is possible allowing this stock to buy back up into the $1,100 range, and when it hits this, it'll trigger his sales and he'll sell again back down. So if this turns out to be true, I'll be longing Tesla until it gets to around 1080 up to 1100, and then when it gets in this range here, I'll short it back down and keep repeating this as long as I see the trend going. Okay. Now last week we talked about some infrastructure plays and them running up in anticipation of the signing of this bill. And Monday, tomorrow, Biden's planning on signing this infrastructure bill and the Jobs Act on Monday. So what I'm looking at is once he signs this thing, it's going to be a quick pop while this is being signed, and immediately after, and then it's going to start to trail off after that. Some of these tickers are going to go ahead and start to trail off until some of these contracts are being announced. So just be ready for that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the notable earnings that are coming up this week. On Monday, let's start before open. Oatly. Now this ticker has been having a hard time since its IPO high of $29. It's just been selling off continuously. All right, I went and looked over at NASDAQ.com to check the short interest on this ticker, and as of October 29th, it was 17.3 million shares shorted with an approximate 8.3 days to cover on them. Now, if you want to join the shorts on this one could fall even further down if they come out with any bad news or any shaky news on this ticker. On the other hand, if they come out with good news, they could squeeze some of these shorts. So keep an eye on this one. I know I will. All right, the next one you may want to watch is Lucid, ticker symbol LCID, after hours on Monday. Now, this one has had a nice little run up since they started doing their first batch of deliveries. It got as high as a little bit over $48. I'm not really going to play this one. I'm just going to watch this one from the sidelines, but I figure I'd mention it because it's quite a popular stock. All right, some other notable earnings for the week. On Tuesday, we're going to have Walmart and Home Depot. And on Wednesday, we're going to have Target and Lowe's, Nvidia, and Cisco. One thing I want to mention, if Home Depot has great earnings and the market pushes it up, look for Lowe's to go ahead and follow suit as a sympathy play. And on the other side, if Lowe's has some kind of news that comes out that pushes the stock lower, look for Lowe's to follow suit even before they even add or announce their earnings. All right. Now on Thursday, the ones I'm going to be watching is Alibaba and Applied Materials. There's a lot of department stores that are going to have earnings on Thursday, but I don't really play those, and nothing of significance on Friday. All right. Okay, here's a few more tickers that I'm going to be watching that are non-earning plays, starting off with Roblox, ticker symbol RBLX. Now this one had a great earnings, and it has some ties to the metaverse, so this one shot up, and it's been selling all over the place and consolidating between $98 and $108. So I'm watching this range between these two. If this one decides it wants to yo-yo between these areas, I'll go ahead and just keep playing it to the up and the downside. Okay. All right, the next one I'm going to be watching is Tatoo Chef, ticker symbol TTCF. Now, following Beyond Meat's rough time they had after they announced their earnings, I'm going to be watching Tatoo Chef since they're in the same space. Now, they did postpone their earnings and did not give a new date for their earnings. On my chart here, it says they possibly could have their earnings on the 15th, but I'm going to be watching this one because it has a strong support level between 1675 or so and 1550. Now, if they have a bad earnings and the market doesn't like it, it probably could drop all the way down to around 1350 or so. And I know quite a few people who like this stock, so this will be a good buying opportunity for the long-term investors. All right. Next one I'm going to be watching is Whirlpool, ticker symbol WHR. Now, back in October, they knocked their earnings out of the park, and since then, look at this nice run they've been on. Now, I see some resistance around $234. If it breaks $235 through this resistance right here, I'll be looking to swing this one up to at least $260. And what's also impressive about this ticker is that they have a low PE ratio, meaning that they're not overvalued, and they move quite well. Like on Friday, it moved $7.17 on relatively low volume. Okay. Next one I'm going to be watching is Activision Blizzard, ticker symbol ATVI. Now they had a very good earnings report, and as you can see here, it started to move up, and right now it's in the gap. So I'm looking forward to see if it's going to continue and fill this gap up to around $76. Okay. The next one I'm going to be watching is Ford, ticker symbol F. Now, Ford got a nice boost from the Rivian IPO anticipation, and once that happened, it started to sell off a little bit. It's been settling around 1940 to 1930 on this 1 hour chart, so I'm looking at this one to hold. If it doesn't hold and breaks through here and it starts to come down to this 1880 level or lower, I'll be looking to purchase some leaps for January 2023 and hold them until they start getting the next run up for the lightning deliveries. All right, the last one I'm going to be watching is Beyond Meat, ticker symbol BYND. Now, like I mentioned earlier, during the Tatoo Chef portion, it sold off quite a bit, got all the way down to $75 before it started to bounce back up. Now, it's in the gap right now. I'm curious to see if it's going to go ahead and shoot back up to $93, $94 or so, but I'll be watching this one just in case. All right, that's going to be the last ticker I'm going to look at. And as you see here, I look at a lot of tickers. I don't necessarily play them all. It's just I watch them to see how they react to earnings sell-offs or how they react to earnings spikes, to see how they react to good news, bad news, just to learn the ticker. So if any of these tickers do catch your eye, you can go ahead and do your own due diligence to see if you are interested in playing them or not. So with that said, this is not financial advice. All right, with that is the end of the video. I'm wishing you a happy week of trading, and until next Sunday, talk to you later.